Welcome to the Motionless Modern. I'm Dr. Miller. I will be your instructor for this class. I made this class. Well, I mean, not. You get the point. I put it together. I'm excited about it, and I know you are too. Like when you made all these sacrifices, you paid good money to come to OCU. This is, this is why you came here. It has nothing to do with your nursing degree or other degree you're pursuing. You came for this class, and I know that's true, and I appreciate it. And this is your moment. It's arrived. We're ready to go. Look, I know that you didn't take this class because you want to. You take this class because it's a checkbox, okay? But I hope you'll invest yourself in the course. It's a short, accelerated class. This is, I'm sure, a bad way to start meeting each other, but you're going to do a lot of writing in this class. You're like, oh. But the good news is no exams, okay? There's some small quizzes you'll take each week. There's no discussion board, and I did that on purpose. I have you doing reflection papers instead. I'll give you prompts each week for reflections. And then there'll be a paper due at the end of the week. And you might think, man, that's a lot of writing in 1 week. Yes, it is. It's an accelerated class. And so, and the quizzes along with it. There's a lot to do in this class. You're going to be busy with this class. And, what I would encourage you to do with any online, I'm sure you've all figured it out by now, is carve some time out of the day to work on this. If you sit down and tackle the reflection paper on a Monday for 30 minutes to an hour, and then take the go through the information, obviously the content maybe on Monday, and then Tuesday tackle the paper and then take the quiz on Tuesday. Right? I mean, you get yourself in a rhythm with the class. You can knock out the assignments in a timely manner and not feel overwhelmed with them. I realize you have other obligations, classes, work, etc., family. Okay, but put a time slot in this class, and before you know it, this class is gonna be over. It's gonna be very, very quick. All right. So what is this class? I am honestly excited about this class, and there's multiple reasons for that. Okay, I've been an educator now for over 15 years at least in higher ed, and there's been some trends that I wanted to address as an educator for students coming through. Number one is critical thinking, making sure students are exiting university with critical thinking skills. In this class, we will tackle that, at least somewhat. We're going to talk about logical fallacies each week, and just critical thinking in general. Even if it's not a logical fallacy, it'll be a critical thinking endeavor. Like, what is survivorship bias, for example? There's going to be one of those every week. What is affirming the consequent? What is that? Okay, what does it mean? How does it look? Every week there's going to be a logical fallacy or a critical thinking skill example to tackle. I want to promote that in this class. And as you leave the university, whatever you do, I'm hoping those skills and understanding of thinking critically will go with you. Okay, so that's one of the prongs of the class. The second one, of course, is related to the kind of the scope of the main scope of the class, which is wellness. This is a wellness class. However, this isn't your traditional wellness class where you're going to calculate how much sugar you eat or go on a walk test and see how fit you are. Those are all valuable things, by the way. I've taught classes like that. But this class is more about holism, or a holistic view, looking less at the, thinking like a tree, looking less at the tree branch and saying, well, how can I fix this tree branch to make the tree healthier? And instead saying, why is the tree not healthy to start with? Okay, and what we're going to do is look at the history of some of the challenges we're facing now, and individuals are facing now in terms of wellness. Okay, we're going to talk about, first of all, what is wellness? We'll define it, and then we're going to look at this idea of modernity. And some of you are like, what the heck is modernity? Okay. Right now, many of you think we live in a postmodern era, and what we're going to do is look at modernity 200 years ago. Things that ideas that were postulated back 200 years ago are the reason that we're having some of the issues with wellness today. Okay. So this class is, you could probably think of it as a little bit of a humanities class as well. We are looking at wellness, and you will be thinking about wellness, and the outcome of the papers and the topic of your papers will be about wellness. But the idea is that you're incorporating critical thinking skills, working on writing skills, and thinking about this topic of wellness in a bigger way. Okay, looking at all these different inputs, whether it's from history or politics, whether it's just from different changes in the family as a result of history and politics, right? All these things, and I wish this class could be 5 semesters long. But we're going to just do an intro, a smattering of some of these major ideas, major people, and major inputs and events that happen that influences our wellness today. So that's why the class is called the Motionless Modern. Though it was kind of a play on word, just trying to be silly a little bit. But looking at, we're moderns, maybe postmoderns, but we're moderns, and what modernity has done in many ways is made us motionless, and not just physically, but intellectually as well. We're going to look at that too. So, buckle your seatbelt. There is a lot of writing. I hope, buckle your seatbelt in the sense that it's going to move fast. I hope that you get out of this class what I intended. It's not busy work. There's no book. You're going to be doing a lot of readings each week, watching videos. I'm going to try to make this very interactive to stimulate you to thinking critically about these topics. Now, I did not do discussion boards on purpose because I want you to have the freedom to push back on the information. So you're going to have reflection papers. I'm not grading you on your ideas. I am grading you on your ability to articulate your ideas and interact with the information, okay, or the material for the week or the video, whatever it is. I want to see you interacting. So I hope on any topic, as much as possible, everybody's biased, okay? Everybody has a bias towards something, okay? I hope you don't see any of my thoughts on these topics per se. I hope instead you see the topic and see the information I'm putting in front of you, and you may disagree with it, okay? You can push back on that, all right? It's not about trying to guess what I want you to write. It's about writing and thinking critically, and that's a big part of this class. That's what I want to see you doing and developing those skills for critical thinking. Okay, I'm available by email always, so shoot me an email. I'm happy to set up a Zoom call if we need to, or whatever. If you need a concern addressed or need to talk about one of the topics or some of the reading. Again, just to rehash, there's no book, there's no final. There's a project due, and I'll release a video as that gets closer about the project. But there's a project due at the end of this really fast semester. There's reflection papers, and then there's a paper that's due at the end of each week as an assignment, and then there's small 10 to 12 question quizzes associated. There also is a syllabus quiz to start. Okay, so get into the D2L shell and get busy. Look at the deadlines and due dates and start to put them in notifications, whatever you need to do to remind yourself to do things. Already start to download the material. Again, some of it's fun, and some of it YouTube videos, etc. Some of it is, you're going to have to sit down and read it, okay? And it's going to be a little heady for some of you. It's going to be a little meaty, perhaps, for some of you. And others may just, just blow through it, and you can get the information quickly. We're all different learners, and different pace, but if you need to spend time with information, do it, because you're going to have to write about it. Okay, you're going to have to write about it. All right, I'll leave it there. I hope you all have a great semester, and make sure you're upload your assignments to the appropriate Dropbox and D2L. Make sure you're watching the weekly lectures and videos on information about the projects and so forth. Make sure you're checking that. Don't skip through the videos. Put me on double time if you need to, whatever. But make sure that you're listening to the weekly lectures. I try to keep them short and digestible on purpose. So it's not a 45-minute lecture, but they're shorter lectures. So, spend the time and help with those lectures to pull together the information for each week as well. So that if you feel like material is just kind of random at times, the lecture will help with getting that organized. Okay. Again, have a great semester, and I'll see you in the next video.